Hey, Vanna. How's life treating you? Quick question. You're not seriously considering crashing my wedding, are you?
Hey, Molly. Well, not exactly crashing if I'm invited, right? Plus, it's my brother's big day, too.
Seriously? You're coming? I thought it was a prank when I heard. Honestly, I never wanted this whole circus. But, family expectations and all that jazz.
You sound less thrilled about your own wedding. Everyone's excited, especially my brother. Shouldn't you be a little more, happy about it?
Oh, so now you're the wedding cheer police? My bad, I didn't realize my feelings needed your stamp of approval.
No, you're right. It's your day, your rules. I crossed the line there.
It's just, this whole thing is a setup. Our parents playing matchmaker for business reasons. It's nauseating. And they knew I had feelings for someone else. Yet here we are, playing puppets for family unity. Ridiculous, right?
Hold on. Are you saying that you don't love my brother?
Let's just say in front of certain audiences, I'm a great actress. But let's keep this chat between us, okay? If word gets out, consider our family's alliance over.
Your secret's safe with me. It's not my place to tell.
Exactly. It's not. But hey, you're sharper than I thought for a high school grad. So I'll let you in on my big day. No drama. Just make sure you compensate for your attendance with a nice gift or two.
Wait, you want a bribe just for me to show up?
Chill, it's not a bribe. Just serenade me with a song at the reception. I'll do a number, and you'll follow. Deal?
Singing? At your wedding? Oh, right. One song, then.
You're serious? This is gold. An underdog story come to life at my wedding reception. This will be epic. The highlight of the night.
Glad to amuse you. So what's the plan if I bomb my performance?
Simple. You get a do-over. But nail it, and we're cool. See you tomorrow. Can't wait for your debut, superstar.
Hey, Havana. Just wanted to give you a heads up. The venue's all set for your big number. They've made the changes, sent over some snaps, and it's looking sharp. We're good to go.
Noah, that's amazing. Thank you. But really, a whole stage? I hope that's not too much of a hassle.
What? And miss the chance to showcase your talent? The crowd's buzzing just thinking about your performance. It's as much a highlight as the I-dos.
You're just saying that. I doubt most guests will even know I'm up there.
Trust me, it's a dream come true. Remember our childhood pact? It's happening. And despite the rocky road with Molly, I'm grateful you're here.
That's ancient history, Noah. Sure, Molly's jab stung back then, but now they're badges of honor. And those middle school rumors?
Kids will be kids, right? But it hurt seeing you sidelined and not being able to do much.
Don't sweat it. You and Mom were my home crowd, lifting me up. This performance is our promise kept. I owe so much of it to you.
Wow. I thank you. That means the world. Mom, Dad, and I can't wait to hear you sing. It's going to be a special moment for all of us.
I'm touched by everyone's support. I'll keep tuning up. Tomorrow's your day, and I'll be there singing my heart out. Hey, Molly, are you there? I just had a question about what was going on here.
Ugh, what do you want? I seriously don't have time to talk to you right now. Don't you know that I'm in the middle of getting changed at the moment?
Sorry, you're busy changing right now, but I think I heard you were busy doing something else.
Oh, oops. And did you manage to find out my little secret? I really thought I was being more careful about it.
But I don't understand. Who is that man I just saw you with? I mean, I just stepped out to try and find out where you went so I can ask my question.
And then what? You saw him and I making out in the front hall, didn't you? I think it's kind of romantic, to be honest. But what else is love and romance, if not thrilling and scandalous?
I think there's lots of romances that have very little scandal to them. I mean, how could you even try to justify this right now? Who was that guy? You still haven't told me. And he was dressed up in a suit. So he's one of the wedding guests or something like that.
You really think that I'm going to tell you who that man was? I was kissing. Oh, come on. I'm not going to make it that easy for you. Why don't you go and do some sleuthing instead? But good luck finding him at a wedding like this. There's more than 100 guests here. You'll never be able to hunt him down.
Molly, I really think you're being ridiculous right now. I mean, how would you think my brother would feel if he found out what you were doing behind his back?
And just what makes you think that I would care at all about how it makes your poor brother feel, huh? He's just a boring old stiff who can't seem to get the stick out of his butt. Besides, are you really going to pretend like it's weird not to have a couple other men on the side?
Are you kidding me? You mean that man isn't the only one that you're seeing right now? I'm sorry, Molly, but I don't think I can keep quiet about this. If you have issues with my brother, that's one thing, but this is just cheating. Don't you see that?
Why do you really think that you can do anything to stop me from doing or being with whoever I want? Oh man, that is so funny. It's almost sad. Or maybe it's really so sad that it's funny. Either way, what is some ugly little nobody like you going to do to me on my wedding day? Surrounded by my friends and family?
Well, I think I'm gonna have to go find my parents, and find my brother, and tell them what you've told me.
And do you really think that any of them are going to believe what you have to say about me? You really think they're going to take your word over mine? You wish that's how it would work, but you better not even try. If I find out that you do anything to try and ruin this wedding, then I'm going to ruin your entire family. I'm going to make it so that your great-grandkids can't even find a job in this town. Do you understand me? Because if you do, then I really think you want to reconsider running your mouth. I think you just need to take a breath and not think about this. So emotionally, how about you just keep your little mouth shut? After all, you were good at keeping quiet and hiding in a corner in school, remember? Anyway, I have to get ready for the main event, so if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to changing now. So, what do you think? It's pretty amazing, huh? I bet you're just shocked, aren't you? Of course, I knew that I would do amazing. I took a couple of course classes in high school and learned then that my voice is just perfect. But good luck following up an act like mine. I mean, I have no idea how I would feel having to follow up a basically pro-level performance from someone of my caliber. But don't worry, I promise that I'm really looking forward to hearing you.
Oh yes, Molly, I think you did a great job. You're really a good singer. That was a great performance.
Yeah, well, I don't need someone like you to tell me that, but I bet that you're really nervous now that it's your turn to sing, aren't you? But I guess at least now you might be able to feel even a little bit how I felt. Isn't that right?
I'm sorry. What are you talking about with that? I'm not quite sure what you meant about that.
Oh, come on. You know what I'm talking about. Do you have any idea how embarrassing it's been having you be the sister of the man I'm going to marry? The fact that we're going to be literal family makes me just want to die. I get so embarrassed just thinking about it. It's the one ugly little blemish on the otherwise perfect and pristine record. That's my life. You seriously just ruin everything that you touch. Did you know that?
Do I really make you feel that embarrassed to be around me? I had no idea you felt so strongly about the whole thing.
Well, it's just not fair. Why do I have to be stuck in a family with a failure like you? I just wish I didn't have to deal with you. But at least having you around means I can make you do stuff like this. Now it's your turn to go and sing. So hurry up and get on the stage.
Well, okay. I'll get on stage and sing, but I think you're going to be in for a big surprise.
What in the world are you talking about? The only thing that I'm in for is the cringiest thing in the world that's about to unfold before my eyes. Now hurry up and take the stage. We're all waiting to watch you fail. Oh man, this is going to be so funny. Hey, what the heck is the matter with you, huh? What the heck was that? You better start explaining yourself right now. I'm serious.
I'm sorry, but I'm not quite sure what you mean, Molly. All I did was get up on stage and sing like you asked me to.
But I don't understand. It was like you became a completely different person the moment you stood up on the stage. You completely blew my performance out of the water. You made me look like a complete fool in front of everyone. How dare you do something like this to me on my wedding day? You completely ruined everything.
I'm really sorry for any kind of confusion, but you were the one who asked me to perform for you, remember? Besides, I said you were a great singer, and all right. I only said that because I would know since I'm a professional and all. But I really did mean what I said. You really have some potential if you train yourself a little bit more.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I want to know is why in the world a weird little nobody who didn't even go to college can sing better than I can.
Oh, I see. Well, if you really must know, I sing opera for a living. That's my job. I mean, I guess I understand why you didn't know that, though. Of course, I could only really work when there's a show in town. So when the opera season dies down, I typically just go find some work at a temp agency to pass the time.
But I mean, I don't get it. You didn't go to college. You only finished high school, and yet you can sing so well.
Well, yeah, you're right. I only finished high school here. After I graduated, I actually went to Europe for a couple of years. And then I studied under an opera singer, and I kind of became her understudy.
So you went to Europe to be an understudy for a real professional opera singer? But here I thought you were just some kind of shut-in weirdo who didn't have any friends.
Well, I think you're really the only one who's ever thought that of me. Of course, training for opera takes a lot of time and concentration, so I guess you took that time that I was focusing on myself as proof that I was some sort of recluse. Maybe that's why you're not a professional singer like me, even though it's clear that you fancy yourself a singer.
Excuse me? How dare you talk to me like that? Just who do you think you are talking to? Me as if you are better than me?
Sorry, I'm not really trying to. I'm only being honest with you. But surely you've heard this from other friends too, right? I mean, I imagine someone must have asked you if you were sure about singing before me. Even in the crowd of the wedding, I realized that I could recognize a few faces from the old shows I've done.
This was all a part of your plan then, wasn't it? You set this all up just so that you could try and embarrass me in front of everyone, didn't you? How could you be so cruel?
I really don't think that you could say any of this was my fault at all. In fact, you're the only reason people laughed at you. It's because of how red your face got and how you stood up all of a sudden.
Shut up. That's not it at all. You have no idea what you're talking about. You don't get to talk to me like this. You need to apologize to me right now for what you've done.
Actually, as I can see, your wedding party is asking me for an encore. And the one thing you learned about being in my business is that the show must go on. But I do really appreciate you warming them all up for me. Thanks for that, Molly.
Yeah, don't you just send that and walk back to the stage. I can see you're getting ready to perform again. Are you even reading these anymore? Answer me right now. I am serious. Noah, are you there? I have to talk to you about something really important right now. It is really important.
Hey, Molly, what's the matter? I'm actually in the middle of getting changed and ready to head out.
I don't care about that. You and I have something much more serious to be discussing right now. I mean, didn't you see what your sister did to me? She completely humiliated me. She showed me up at my own wedding and made me look like a complete idiot.
Oh, do you really think so? That's really not how I read what was happening at all.
Of course, that's what she was doing. I was having so much fun getting to sing in front of all my friends, and then she completely ruined it. She just completely blown me out of the water. She was good, and it made me look like a total idiot. I can't believe that she would look down at me like that on my own wedding.
I'm sorry, but weren't you the one who asked me to sing at your wedding in the first place? Not only that, but you were the one who made it so that she would sing right after you, right?
Well, yeah, I did do all that. But I had no idea that she was a real professional opera singer. Nobody ever told me anything like that. Why didn't anyone tell me that she was that good? Why didn't she say anything to me about it? She really is just the absolute worst.
You think that my sister is that bad? I really don't think that you should be saying anything, given all you've done.
What do you mean by that? Where is this coming from all of a sudden? I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm trying to say that you asked my sister to sing after you did. Because you wanted to insult and embarrass her in front of everyone at your wedding, didn't you? Because I really doubt that you would have asked her to sing right after you did. If you knew that my sister was a professional.
Noah, what are you talking about? You don't really think that I was trying to sabotage your sister or anything like that, do you? You know that I would never, ever think of doing something like that, right?
Well, I'm afraid that's exactly what I think you were doing. I mean, I know that he has always hated being made to sing in front of her friends. You know that in school, she was always made fun of her voice. And that's why she hardly ever spoke back then.
But then I don't get it. How did someone like her get so good at singing if she hardly ever spoke when we were in school together? It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Well, I only said that Havana wasn't good at singing in front of friends or people that she knew. But she practiced and practiced. And even today, she still doesn't like singing in front of family and friends. So I was actually really happy to hear that she agreed to sing at our wedding. Because she promised me, when we were little, that she would only do it this one time for me.
But I don't get what this has to do at all with me and her. You're still not making any sense at all.
Oh, there is a connection to you there. Don't worry. After all, I know it was you who knew Havana's feeling about singing in a place like this and made her do it.
Made her do it? What are you talking about? I didn't do anything, and I didn't know she was a pro singer either. You never told me any of this. But why didn't you tell me about what your sister did for a living? I mean, we're about to be getting married. How could you do this?
Well, I actually wanted it to be a surprise. That's why I never said anything. That's why I was so surprised when she had already agreed to sing at our wedding. Because you asked her. But I know that I'm not the only one that was hiding things. You have your own secrets too, don't you?
What? Where did you get that? I've never seen that photo before in my life. Wait, no. Noah, please? You don't understand. There's been a huge mistake here, I swear.
A mistake? Just what mistake might that be? What are you even going to say for yourself right now? How could you do this to me on the day that we're supposed to be getting married?
Well, I mean, it all happened so fast and I had no idea what I had done by the time it was over.
You really need to come up with a better excuse for yourself. When you two were kissing long enough for my sister to sneak a picture. But I know that you tried to shut her up to prevent her from letting me know. I know that you've hated my sister for years and years and years now.
Of course. I don't hate her. Please, Noah. This is all just one big mistake. I swear that you have this whole thing wrong right now.
Oh, please. It was your plan this whole time to try and embarrass me in front of everyone at your wedding. You really are the worst, though. But I'm mad at myself, too, for letting you get away with it all this time. Well, I'm not going to let you get away with this anymore. I want a divorce and I'm going to be suing you for marriage fraud.
Wait, what? You mean you're going to try and make me pay? Money just for kissing some other guy? You can't be serious about this, Noah. Be reasonable.
Of course, I'm going to sue you. And I'm being very reasonable. After all, I have a legal right to sue a cheating wife. But I guess you thought that you would just never ever be caught doing anything.
Well, you're the one who's going to be throwing all of me away just because of one lousy little kiss. But fine, then see if I care. I'll divorce you and go be with my other man. But you should know that I'm not going to be paying a single cent. No court would ever force someone as pretty as me to pay a loser like you.
You really have no idea how the real world works at all, do you? Do you really think that you're going to get away with what you've done?
You sound like such a sore loser. Do you know that, Noah? Don't you know that all I have to do is go crying to my parents about how mean you are, and I'll make them stop doing any business with your family? You can't do anything to me when I have this much power over you. Besides, the only people you'd be hurting would be your parents. Don't you get it?
And just what makes you so certain that that's how things are going to work out? If you go and talk to your parents about this?
Oh, come on. My parents' company is huge and successful and makes a ton of money. Your family's company probably isn't even worth half of what mine is. And that's why it doesn't matter what you do or how you feel, I'll always be able to get away with whatever I want. And nothing is ever going to stop that.
I'm afraid that once again, you are talking about things that you have no idea about. Molly, for example, you have it backward. It's my family's company that's more than twice the size of your family's company. So you're going to have to find a new excuse to try and get away with doing whatever you want.
Wait, what? You've got to be kidding me. Is your family's company really worth that? Much more than my family's company?
That's right. So the only thing going to your parents about this would do is make them upset. After all, you hurt my sister. Cheated on me and have really upset my parents with all of this. Everyone here knows that all of this is all your fault. And you should know that I am not in a forgiving mood at all. In fact, I just don't think that I can have my family do business with yours after all that you've done.
Noah, pick up, please. You've got to clear up this mess with my mom. It's all a huge mix-up, I swear.
Relax, Molly. Your folks are here, practically on their knees, trying to smooth things over.
But is it true? Our company's survival hinged on your family's contracts?
You're clueless about your own empire, huh? It's been teetering for ages until we threw you a lifeline. And about that guy, my sister caught you too, remember?
It's his fault. All of it. He wrecked everything. Your sister must have brought him to ruin us.
Oh, really? Because he's saying that you invited him, but that you two weren't anything serious. Although reading through the messages you've been sending to him, I really don't think that you felt like it wasn't serious.
What is his problem? Why would he just blab right away like that?
Well, anyways, now that I have all this evidence against you, you should know that there's no way we're getting married now. But the question is, are you going to be an adult about this and accept responsibility for your actions?
Please, Noah, can't we just talk in person? I'm sure that I could settle all of this if we could just talk a little.
That isn't going to happen. I already know the kind of person that you are, and I want nothing to do with you.
Please, Noah, you have to forgive me. I really am so sorry about this. I'm so lost, so confused.
I don't give a damn what you have to say for yourself or what. Excuse what you come up with in the meantime.
But you can't end your business with my family. We'll be left with nothing. How am I supposed to pay for the lawsuit without my parents' money? I mean, my parents said that they were going to disinherit me over this. I'll get nothing. I have nobody. Please don't do this.
Nothing you say is going to change my mind. But if you want my advice, I suggest you go out and find a job.
Please don't be like this. Noah, I'm begging you here.
I'm done with this conversation. We're just talking in circles, and I'm sick of it. Whatever you have to work out between your parents, just leave me out of it. I'll see you in court.
In the end, Noah went through with his lawsuit against Molly, and that man she was having the affair with. They both ended up owing a huge amount in legal fees that they had to go in debt to afford. She begged her parents for help, but they only told her to pack her bags and never come back. She tried finding a job, but her poor record meant that no one was going to hire her. Her whole life plan was centered around riding my brother's coattails. I have no idea where she is or what she's doing, having seen that they punished their daughter. However, she kept contact with Molly's parents. Noah came to me months later asking if we couldn't renew our promise of singing at the wedding because all of that had happened over this time. I told him we could think about it.